Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. So this is a really highly requested video, and even though I'm not a makeup artist whatsoever, this is how I do my makeup. So if you would like to see how I do it, then keep watching. So today is probably a good day really to do a makeup tutorial because I am looking particularly rough. So maybe not a good day for me, but a good day for you because you can see like what I'm using to make myself feel better and look better because I've got a cold. So I'm starting with moisturizer as I always do because I think it helps my foundation go on much better. And the one I am using is just a Rockateur one from Aldi. So next up I'm going to go with the Tanya Burr Face Illuminator, and normally I use NARS Copacabana, but that's running low and I bought this just to see what it's like, and it's not bad. And I apply this under my foundation, and I always have done, just to brighten up my skin a little bit. You could mix it in with your foundation as well, but I just like the effect this gives, and I notice a difference when I haven't put it on, because it kind of gives me that lip from within look rather than having like a slightly glittery face. So next up is foundation. I've got the Touche Éclat one in the shade BD50, and I only take a small pump to begin with and just rub that all over my face. So I've just applied some Collection concealer, the Lasting Perfection one, and this is what I use to cover redness and blemishes. So I've mainly gone around my nose here because I've got cold and it's super red for me at the moment, and a little bit on my chin as well. And then I'm going in with the Maybelline Instant Anti-Age The Eraser Eye Concealer, which I put, as you can probably guess, under my eyes. And I put this on and I tap it very gently into my eye area as not to sort of damage or pull the skin, particularly when I've got a cold because my eyes are super sore today. And then I'm going to go in with the Rimmel translucent powder. It's the Stay Matte one, and I'm just going to dab this gently with a big kabuki brush just to set my makeup. Now the next step, and I think this would probably be optional, it depends on you, but I think it makes a massive difference, and I'm taking my Anastasia contour kit and I'm using this shade here, which you can see is very well used, and I'm going to use that to contour. Now when I first started contouring, I used this Real Techniques contour brush, which is very sort of fine and it does get into those areas quite nicely, but what I found is that the lines were much harsher. So I actually use a much larger brush now, and this is their, I think it's just like their setting brush or powder brush. But what I do is that I take that in the product and I tap it off so I've not got too much on there, and I still pull a fish face, but I just gently God, it's hard to talk with a face like this, put that into the socket of my cheek. What I'm doing is that I start on the cheeks and then I do my jawline and my temples. So if you think of it like this, you've got an E and a 3. That's the way I think of it. Might be the opposite way around when I come to edit this, depending on what my camera does, but and it just adds that little bit of shape and brings some dimension back to my face again. So after that I'm going to go in with blush, and my favourite one at the moment is Benefit's Rockateur. I've actually run out, so Mark, if for some reason you are watching this, you can add this to my Christmas list please. But I really like it. It's a lovely rosy gold shade, and I just think that it works with so many looks because it's still quite understated and quite a natural shade for me. So I'm just going to apply this onto the apples of my cheeks So I'm going to use 2 palettes, and I'm going to use the Naked one from Urban Decay and the Too Faced Sweet Peach palette, which probably seems excessive, but I'm going to use a shade from each. Now in my crease, which is this part here, for those that don't do eyeshadow that much, I'm going to go in with Candid Peach, which is this shade here. And you might be thinking, Charlotte, that is very bright, and who wears pink these days when they're not 12? But this is a beautiful crease shade, especially if you've got green or blue eyes, I would say, because the pinky reddy tones really make those colours pops because they're like opposite. So what I'm going to do is take a crease brush, and this is just a really cheap one from ELF, and I've had it for years, and I'm just going to take this through the crease. Now when I first put this on, it's going to look very intense, and then I'm going to take a blending brush, which is just a Real Techniques one, and I'm just going to blend that out. So I'm going to blend it out up towards my eyebrow, and then I'm going to blend it slightly into my lid on both sides. So that's that done. So now what I'm going to do is take the shade Half Baked, which is a gold shade here, and I'm going to pat that in to my lid using a flat eyeshadow brush. So you'll see that I'm patting it on because this is quite a glittery shade and I don't want too much fallout. And then the thing is with eyeshadow is to do a little bit at a time, so you don't want to go whole hog straight away, because blending is key, and you put too much on initially and you'll find it much harder to work with. So next up, I'm going to go in with my Kat Von D tattoo liner, and I'm going to line my lids. Now with eyeliner, you will see that I start from the outside and I go halfway in, and then from the middle I will bring it down closer to the inner corner of my eye, but I don't go all the way, because I find that for my eye shape personally, it narrows my eyes too much. And then I'm going to do that on the other side as well. Now I don't completely stretch out my eyelid too much, because obviously I don't want to pull the delicate skin there, but that's my eyeliner. It takes me no time at all, but I will say that I've been wearing eyeliner since I was about 15 years old. I'm 28 now, so I've had plenty of practice. Next up after my eyes is brows, and I have the Anastasia Dip Brow Pomade, or pomade, depending on how you say it, and I've got the shade Soft Brown, and I'm using the Anastasia eyebrow brush as well, which has got a spoolie on one end there and a brush on the other. Now I take a little bit of product on the brush and I wipe off the excess on the edge of the little pot, and then I go in and I always start on these inner corners of my brows and I brush through, and then I will take my brush and I will start to, with tiny brush motions, fill in my brow. And I'm really just following my natural shape here. I don't want to add too much to them or make them any thicker, because I have let my brows grow out and like thicken up and get their natural shape back after years of abuse. Because I just pluck the shit out of them, I'll be honest. And then I'm going to go on with the other side. I find brows can sometimes be the most complex part of your makeup, because you go too heavy and you can dramatically change. So once I've done that, I give them a final brush through. Now this next step will completely depend on how I look on the day. I've not had much sleep because I've not been very well, and Daisy's also not very well. We've both got a cough and a cold. So I'm going to go in with an extra bit of concealer under my eyes, and this is like an optional step for me. And this is the Maybelline Illuminator, and what I'm going to do is gently put a little bit on my dark circles in that V shape again, just because I really feel like I need it today. Then again, as an additional step, going back to my contour palette here, I'm going to take this shade right here, which I believe is Banana, and I'm going to lightly set set my under eyes. So I've only got a few steps left, and that's mainly lips, mascara and a bit of highlight. Now in terms of lips, I'm going to go in with the Colourpop Ultra Matte Lip in Beeper. I really love this shade at the moment, and I've had a lot of people asking me where it's from, so that's the one, and I'm just going to apply that now. And then I'm going to go in with mascara, and I love the, is it L'Oreal or Maybelline Miss Hippie? I'm not sure which one it is, but I'll leave it linked down below. It's great mascara if you're in a budget. But I also love Too Faced Better Than Sex, which is what I've got here, and I'm going to use this today because I just fancied it. So I'm just going to do my mascara. So finally, I'm going to go in with highlighter, and I've chosen a more budget friendly one to show you, and it is the Sleek highlighting palette, which is Cleopatra's Kiss, and I think I'm going to go with this champagne colour here. I'm just brushing that on to the tops of my cheeks, a little down my nose, and any places where light would naturally hit my face in high points of the face. And I'm going to take a little bit of the goldy shade here and pop that in my inner corner to give my eyes an extra pop. So yeah, in a nutshell, now my hair is dry, this is one of the looks that I do on a regular basis. Obviously I've got a few more, and I know I'm not a professional, but so many of you have been asking me how I get the looks that I do, so this is just one of them. And if you would like to see more, then obviously I could try and do more for you, but there are loads of brilliant light people on here that are dedicated to beauty, so I definitely recommend searching for them first. But yeah, that is it. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this, give it a thumbs up, and please subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you next time. Bye!